Hello friends, very good morning all of you. I am Dr. Dillip Kumar Khuntia, lecturer in education, both Panchayat College both. Today we are going to discuss about learning. As we know, whatever we have achieved and wherever we have reached, that is only due to learning. So, what is learning then? What are its nature and what are the factors we have to discuss today? So far, learning is concerned, that is, you may say, an individual starts learning immediately after his birth. As we have heard from the mythology, from the that is the you may know about that is the heard about Abhimanyu, who learns when he was in mother's womb. So, learning starts from womb and ends in tomb. Learning is the never ending process. So, immediately after his birth, in a strict sense, even earlier in the womb of the mother. So, action, reaction, interaction with the environment. So, what is learning? We act, we react, we interact. We learn, relearn and unlearn. Suppose there is a matchsticks. Suppose there is burning things. How we avoid the things? When the learner's hands get touched with the fire, he or she immediately keeps away his hands from the fire, from the burning sticks. So that is experience is first teacher. As the things, green apples taste sour, a barking dog seldom bites, a bird in hand is better than two in the bows. So all those things come from experience. So experience is first teacher. We infer, we generalize. These are the learning. So all these conclusions derived from experiences directly or indirectly bring about change in the behavior of individuals. So what is that behavior? Behavior that is the thing great where our mind, our body, our intellect, all these things involved. So behavior is the function of interaction between the organism and the environment. Mind has three domains, that is three levels: cognitive, affective and psychomotor. And behavioral changes occur within all the three domains. So that is these changes in behavior brought about by experience are commonly known as learning. In that is the comprehensive view, we can say that learning is the behavioral changes. Learning is the modification of behavior. So learning is the never ending process. Learning is the continuous process. Learning is comprehensive. So what is then learning? Whatever proclaimed, whatever defined by different psychologists. So for Kingsley and Gary has told, learning is the process by which behavior in the broader sense is organized or changed through practice or training. So learning is the process. It is the process by which behavior is changed or that is the originated, organized, you may say. So then Alice Crow and L.D. Crow have defined learning is the acquisition of habits, knowledge and attitudes. In broader sense, learning is the acquisition of what? Three things, that is habits, knowledge and attitudes, as defined by Crow and Crow, American psychologists. Then Gates and others have told that learning is the modification of behavior through experience and training. Very famous definition. Learning is the modification, that is change. Modification is change, that is the modification means change. That is learning is change. In which aspect? In behavioral aspect. And what are the ways and the means? Through experience and training. Whatever things, suppose for example, a learner learns, animals learn, even if different birds also, creatures, they also learn. How do they learn? By experience, by training. So what are the different nature or characteristics of learning. From the meaning and from the definition, we may derive the nature or characteristics of learning. So far, these are the things I have selected for you, 11 characteristics, although there are many more characteristics. For number one, that is learning is goal directed or purposeful. Learning is always purposeful. Learning is always goal directed. We set the goal. When the student come to school, his goal is to learn the alphabets. His goal is to learn the words. His or her goal is to learn different rhymes. Then finally he or she wants to get promotion to class 2. That is always purposeful, goal directed. Number 2, learning results in change in behavior, as you say. Why we learn? For our behavioral changes. For behavioral changes in the 3 domains, 3 dimensions, that is cognitive, affective and psychomotor domains. So far learning is concerned, it is an active process. We can never say that learning is passive, rather learning is active process. Whoever may be with the learner or not, suppose the learner is learning alone, he is also active. You cannot say that he is passive, he is active mentally, because mindset is involved. So thought process is involved. Learning is individual. Though the students sit together, but learning is always individual. Whatever I am thinking, my counterpart may not think. Okay, so learning is individualistic. Learning is the outcome of the interaction of the individual with total situation. Learning is universal. All creatures learn. We cannot confine learning within the human beings. All the creatures in the universe learn. Even if the ants learn, even if the creatures, all creatures, you cannot confine. So learning is universal. From all creatures we learn, creatures learn from human beings. Okay, so that's why learning is universal. Learning is a relatively permanent change. Learning is always permanent. Suppose one of you have learned, we must have learned cycling, bicycle. Okay, suppose we left cycling 5 hours. After 5 years, we met with our bicycle. Okay, you cannot ride the bicycle after 5 years. Yes, you can. So that is learning is permanent change in behavior. Learning is always growth. Learning is creative. Learning is transferable. Learning is not directly observable. How they have said, how beautiful the natures are. Learning is always creative. Creative means something uncommon, something new, something that is the very beautiful. Learning is always creative. Okay, whatever things we have seen, whatever things we are going through, only due to the research, and there is learning. And learning is always transferable. Learning is not directly observable.